I wanted to share my little thoughts on this situation with Levi for Kelly being related to R. Kelly and what Bruce had to say about that on Choke's channel. I believe that they are related, that is his cousin. I still believe that. I totally understood Levi's point of view. I understood it. R. Kelly is not just a normal person. He is a superstar no matter the situation that he is in. So, you have to be careful. People are waiting for peepholes, tiny, just to be able to get in and do something crazy. Because these people out here are crazy. So he was wise enough to tell Bruce, if you want to know how I'm related to R. Kelly, then you go and you ask him to tell you. I'm not going to be on live going down genealogy trees of how we're related when there's 20,000 people who are going to view this. Not only that, we already know how the supporters are, other people who, are not supporting, who don't like him, who hate him. I mean, you have to be really careful when it comes to this situation. So I totally agree. I would have done the same thing. I wouldn't have said a name just because you're asking me, well, if you're related on the dad's side, what's the dad's name? And I'm not going to sit here and say the dad's name. He said it. He said, listen, look, I'm not about to do that. I'm not. If you want to know, go ask him. Now, do you see anybody out here like Beyonce, the superstars like that? Do you know they cousins? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. They probably, they cousins work with them or whatever, but you're not fun to be questioning them and asking them, well, how you related to it? And you know what I'm saying? Well, how you related to her? And tell me how you related to Beyonce and all this other shit. Like, come on now. That's irrelevant. Ain't nobody, if a person isn't related to someone, he's been saying this for the last 4 years. And he made another point, which is he's been taking up and coming out and speaking out on his cousin's behalf even before R. Kelly went to jail, which is true. No one's going to continue saying this my cousin and referring to R. Kelly as their cousin if they're not. And I'm pretty sure that everybody knows that they have some damn cousins that they don't know about. I know I do. There were several times I have gone to family reunions and didn't know certain people were my cousins and meeting them for the first time. And I'm 38 years old with kids and just learn, oh, that's my cousin. Oh, okay. Sometimes you just don't know. And not only that, I believe, and no disrespect to Bruce, but I also believe that just how Bruce is as far as his background and, just the in and out of prison, really not doing much, really ain't, on drugs, here and there or whatever. You just not finna be talking or saying certain things to them like that. Now, if Bruce was like never on drugs, family man, married, got a good paying job, or a normal job, then I can see, him being a little more comfortable with, having that dialogue and going over it with him like that. But for Bruce to just be on there like, well, what's his name? Like, come on now. First of all, like, are you serious? Do you even know the magnitude of how known your brother is? Like, and Levi's like, have you heard of the threats? Exactly. He's like, I ain't getting no threats. You ain't getting no threats. I'm pretty sure your ass done got some damn threats. You don't go online or don't look because the way his life he living, you know what I'm saying? So he not going to be, I'm pretty sure there's tons of people who've been threatening him just from him saying certain things about R. Kelly in the past and them not liking it as far as certain supporters. Shit, because they crazy enough to where, they fight amongst the supporters when somebody act like they not for Kellz and they, are you really for him or you not? So I'm pretty sure that he's had several threats from people who support R. Kelly and the people who don't like R. Kelly. He probably just don't goddamn know about the goddamn threats. But I'm pretty sure he was. I believe that Bruce is ignorant to the fact as far as just certain things you just have to be careful for. You can't just be out here saying little shit, and you got to be careful. There are people waiting for you to slip up in a situation like this too. And so just because he not coming out here and telling you or giving no explanation of how he is related, on the live, then everybody's like, oh, that's not his cousin. That just doesn't, in you guys' situation, would you want to? Then you guys are like, oh, it's weird he's not his cousin because he's not saying the name. And well, no, what's weird to me is if a motherfucker start getting online talking to 10,000 strangers, telling them how he related, naming names, yeah, and because we went there and did this, and yeah, my cousin went over there, and yeah, we related to this, and his dad is my distant cousin, and yeah, he got married to him and went over. Ain't nobody finna. Now that'd be like some clout chasing shit. He just come out, Levi, that's my cousin. I want to support him, and people are like, oh, that ain't your cousin, that ain't your cousin. Prove it, prove it, prove it. He ain't got to prove a goddamn thing about if that's his cousin. Damn. What the fuck wrong with y'all? Then I'm looking in the damn comments like everybody, that ain't his cousin, hang up. I'm like, am I the only one with some goddamn common sense that can look at this from the point of view like Levi is? It's just certain things you don't do. Certain things you just don't say. Especially in this situation, knowing how these people are for R. Kelly. You don't see, you gotta be careful. You have to be careful. Okay? All the time. But you got to be extra careful in this because there's some weirdos connected to this. And we all know that. We don't even want nobody to know certain things about us because we know what they gonna do. And we not even the cousins or nothing. We afraid to send our name. People doxing, afraid to say our job. We got to cover up our car when we about to go walk to it if we doing a live. You can't be saying the kid's name. People right there waiting to screenshot certain shit just to look up something that'll lead them to something else that'll lead them. You got to be careful. You got to be careful, especially in the R. Kelly situation. So I do believe that he is his cousin. And I totally agree with him as far as him stating why he's not about to be throwing names out there out of respect for R. Kelly. Beyonce and them would be mad if they cousins went out just start name dropping shit. Yeah, my auntie name is this and the cousin name and this and cousin name. And yet, come on now. Beyonce, they done told these superstars and told their family. They go around their damn family. I'm sure they have family reunions and shit, be hanging out. So I'm pretty sure they already know not to be telling their family members. It's common sense. Don't say certain shit. You just don't say certain shit. If you know it's the cousin, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? It's the cousin. You're not finna, you gonna tell them, look, don't be saying this, don't be saying that. Even shit, I'm a little YouTuber, ain't really just started, and I'm sitting there telling certain people that I've known outside of YouTube, look, don't ever say my motherfucking name. And I ain't no goddamn body. But shit, I'm thinking ahead. Because I'm like, fuck that. What if later on I done got into it with somebody, they go back to the damn video. Oh, yeah, look. And then she said this right there back 3 years ago. And then, look, there you go. And then go start looking up shit, looking up teachers, looking up old students, pulling up old goddamn police records, going to go interview goddamn landlords and shit, going to go talk to my ex-boss, find I got fired 3 years early. You got to fucking be careful, man. So I totally understand his point and what he was saying. I totally understood it. And Bruce is like, oh, no, you know what I'm saying? You full of shit. First of all, like I said, he not in a place. He not finna be, you can't communicate with somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? As far as like with Bruce, you just can't. Because it's just certain things that he not hip to. It's certain things that he don't understand, just I could just hear it in how he's talking, it's like he don't understand the background shit of certain things, you know what I'm saying, with saying certain shit. You just You just don't, I feel like he just don't get it. So of course I'm not finna go and have a conversation with you as far as when it comes to something like this, because then you would get the name dropping, forgetting you high, start saying, oh yeah, and this, and oh hell no. He not finna be thinking and trying to think ahead. So of course Levi not finna be talking to him like that, telling him shit. He's like, look, go ask your brother. Go ask R. Kelly. Tell him to explain that to you. You know what I'm saying? That's out of respect for R. Kelly. That was the respectful thing to do for R. Kelly. Don't be named. Go tell him to explain that shit to you. I understood that totally. I'm like, how don't nobody else understand that shit? He in touch with his brother. That's his brother, his blood brother. He said he came from the same womb and all. That's my brother and you not. So, okay, if that's your brother, you came from the same womb, then you go ask him. Shit, because why would somebody tell them to go say that if they not the cousin? Come on now, y'all. So if Bruce sitting there thinking that, okay, well, Bruce need to go ask him. Well, how is he related? And show him a picture and then do it that way. You know what I'm saying? Shit, can't you talk to your brother? Can you get in contact with your brother since he your brother and y'all came from the same womb? Like you sitting up there saying. Go talk to him and ask him. Then he'll explain it to you. But I'm not about to get on here and explain shit to you as far as name dropping. What's the daddy name and all this shit. Probably you can't even probably find his daddy name even when you Google it. Why would Levi put that information out there? You know how many fucking people will want to know the damn name of the father to go look up shit about the father and throw the father all up under the fucking bus and shit? Come on now, y'all. Use your common sense. What's that daddy name? What's the daddy name? Oh yeah, his name is such and such and such. To some fucking 10,000 strangers and then a guy who's been in and out of prison. You know, unfortunately, we all got our downfall. So again, I'm not no disrespect, but I just got to keep this shit real. You're not finna be having no conversation with nobody like that. You can't trust people like him. You can't trust people like Bruce. You just can't. No, again, no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? He the type of person you could tell that'll set your ass up. He needed a drink, hit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can't trust people like that. So I'm not finna be sitting on here answering your question as far as what's his name on live fucking goddamn YouTube with strangers looking. Oh my goodness. So I really do believe that is his cousin. And I agree. And it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Like I can't even understand why people are just so on this. Is this a cousin? Is he a cousin? Is he cousin? What? So they could just be like, told you it's not a cousin. Told you it's not his cousin. Because you find out it's not his cousin. Then what? What's that going to do? What? You going to be happy? You going to what? What? You gonna go tell the news? You gonna go what? You get money for that? You gonna go turn it into the FBI because they got a reward out for, you know what I'm saying? You finding out that wasn't the cousin. You got $1 million reward if y'all tell us if this his cousin and not improve it. Like, so what the fuck? What if it's not? So what's that gonna do? What's the point? You fucking idiots. Like, that doesn't even make sense.